On to other news today. A North Carolina county commissioner is coming under fire for calling gays and lesbians sexual predators. Bill James actually wrote that in a recent email to the county commission chair, who was asking her colleagues to sign a thank you note to the North Carolina politicians who supported the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And it's not the first time that he's made a comment like this. Joining me now is Jarrett Barrios, president of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. Jarrett, it's good to see you. Last year, this commissioner and a fellow commissioner, Vilma Leak, had to be physically separated. Apparently, Leak's son had died of AIDS in the 90s, and James had said to her that your son was a homo, really. And then in 2004, he wrote in an email that urban blacks live in, quote, a moral sewer. So how can someone like this and their actions and also their beliefs be tolerated from a position of power like that? And what is your organization doing about it?
Well, you know, it's certainly the voters of Mecklenburg County, North Carolina's wisdom that chooses to elect or unelect this person. But it's important to understand that his ignorance and those statements actually were for 17 years the reason we allowed for discrimination in our armed services. And that's a national security risk. The fact that Don't Ask, Don't Tell was on the books for 17 years because of ignorant ideas that somehow gay people were sexual predators and couldn't be allowed to serve caused the loss of over 4,000 service members in essential places in our military. That's a national security issue. So you have to take issues like his ignorance seriously, particularly when they're from elected officials. And the statements around a homo, and how do you respond to somebody who's just lost their son with hateful comments like that? You got to wonder what this guy's about. One really important thing, though, Thomas, is this. There are a lot of guys like him who are employers around this country. In 29 states in the United States, you can fire somebody just because they're gay. There are guys out there like this guy, you can see from his attitude, who put fair-minded people who work hard, who play by the rules, and just want to get a paycheck at the end of the day, put them at risk because of this sort of ignorance. So you've got to call this out. And we're asking people to invite the county commission in North Carolina, Mecklenburg County, to censure their colleague. Go to the GLAAD.org website, GLAAD.org, and sign the petition and send a message that this sort of hate isn't tolerated in Mecklenburg County or anywhere.
Jared, I wanted to point out that when I did a little research prior to the show and looking up what Mecklenburg County has in terms of convicted sexual predators and what they have on the registry for North Carolina, there's over 1,500 convicted sexual predators. Interestingly enough, within the 28202 area code, there are 173, and that's exactly where the Mecklenburg County Hall is, where this guy goes to work. So how does an organization like yours go to try to reverse some of the ignorance and the prejudice that is out there for the stigma that's labeled to gays and lesbians that they are just purely sexual predators?
You know, the idea that gay people are sexual predators is one of those stereotypes that the anti-gay industry has been promoting to stop basic equality like marriage equality and employment non-discrimination, the kind of stuff that most Americans can take for granted, but gay people can't because we live with discrimination. One of the things that, the most important thing that we can do to change that is gay folks individually coming out to their family, their friends, their coworkers, and having them understand that we're not stereotypes. As ill-informed as that is, there's still a section of America that maybe believes that because they don't know people who are gay. It's also important people through television news stories like this one that allow us to tell our story. It's ridiculous that somebody thinks when there are 175 sexual predators in the zip code of City Hall, go after those folks and make sure they're safe, not after the hardworking gay people in the community who just want to work hard, play by the rules, and be left alone with their family and friends. That's what you can do as a hardworking commissioner to support a stronger civic economy in Mecklenburg County, and also put out the truth. Stop with stereotypes that with a little bit of scratching beneath the surface you can get past. And that's really what GLAAD really tries to do, is change the hearts and minds of Americans by helping gay people tell their stories and get real accurate information out there.
All right, Jared, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming on today. I appreciate it, and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Thank you.